Hoot.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. And now to the 14th hole. That's where we find our featured golfer. As we check in on this early round action, we join our featured golfer, already playing well to this point. Couple of low numbers on the scorecard.
Yeah, it looks very good. Good swings out there and some good putting as well.
Frank, where's this one headed?
Might just catch the left side of the green. On the dance floor, but it's going to be a long way away from the band.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Oh, man, just slides by. And only a tap in left. Good putt.
Even par, currently.
Well, not in contention, but in for par. Frank, deep in the round at the 15th, you need to maybe make something happen. How difficult is that with such a huge dog leg here?
Once again, make sure you know the distance to carry the bunker or run out. You got to play to your strength.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it.
Rub the shamrock. Got away with getting in the bunker there.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Missed on that one, Frank.
Yeah, not a problem.
So just a formality here. Still even par for the day. The Bay Hill Club and Lodge features a really exciting finishing stretch. 16 is a reachable par 5. You'll see eagles and birdies there coming home. 17, a very difficult par 3 over the water. The bunker is there. Takes an excellent shot. And then 18 is all you want. We know that with the water in front. That second shot which comes over the lake. And that's a hold your breath moment. It is a great finishing 3-hole stretch at Bay Hill. Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Getting set now over the putt. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
It's a big putt right here for birdie. Has the birdie now at 1 under par for the tournament. Frank, this is a great hole through the years to watch when the pressure is ratcheted up deep into a round. That is all you want at more than 220 yards.
Plays slightly shorter because it's downhill. The bunker's on the left in play. Even the bunker short ride, and of course the water, if you just miss it a bit, that's in play. And the green shapes away from you. This has to be the most difficult par 3 on the golf course. This has to go in the hazard.
Frank, I hate to go negative, but let's clear a few things up. The penalties when you hit it in the water versus hitting it out of bounds.
Yeah, some people, that's a good question, Rich, because some people think they're almost the same, but when you hit it out of bounds, you're actually losing a stroke and a distance. For example, if I'm teeing off on a par 4 and I hit it out of bounds, I'm penalized a stroke for hitting out of bounds, and I'm hitting my third shot off the tee. When I hit it into a water hazard, I don't have to lose all of that distance. I can drop the ball up just short of the water hazard. So the distance penalty isn't the same as if it was out of bounds.
So this will be the third shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. So Frank, out of the bunker and back into play.
Yeah, the late Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's always the next one. Well, by getting the ball back in play, he just made that a little easier.
Ooh, what a shot right there. Beautifully done. Frank, how'd you like to be a rookie? You're going up against, at the time, the greatest player in the game, the great white shark, Greg Norman, and you hold
Not
a 7-iron
ideal.
to win a tournament?
Well, all you had to do was look at the expression on Norman's face as that ball landed and went in.
What did he hit there?
7-iron.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Good contact, good result. Frank, you think about the great rivalries in sports. The Yankees and the Red Sox, Ollie and Frazier, and in golf, Nicklaus and Palmer. Great athletes, great teams, pushing one another to great heights.
It's amazing how that's gone forward too, because Nicklaus and Palmer really became Nicklaus and Watson. Then there was like Norman Faldo, but some would say that Faldo Ballesteros, 6 majors to 5, was even more important. But in this era that we're in now, I think we're all praying for that Woods-McIlroy rivalry. You know, Woods with 14 majors, McIlroy already with 4. That really is one to salivate over.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. All right, no damage done. Stays at 1 over par with that putt. Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. So long for now.
We're going to have to go on a birdie streak.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's second round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Good swing, good shot yet again. That will be a great look at birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. We haven't seen a whole lot of that, Frank, but that has to feel good. Back to the action here at the second, and a par 3. Frank, it's 231 yards. What are we looking at?
Well, somehow, if you can hit it sky high, that's the best shot to hit in there. This green sometimes gets brick hard, and of course, it all slopes to the left.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Wow, I thought he made that. Just ideal. Good speed on that putt, and just a tap in remaining. Locked in on the read and the speed. And he makes it for par. Frank, now to the third hole here at Bay Hill. If you have a case of the snap hooks, you're in some serious trouble here.
You're going to run out of golf balls here as well, but a good tee shot's going to leave you something like 150, 160 yards into a very narrow green. Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Frank, this is one of my favorite shots on the course here at Bay Hill, the second at number 3. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Just a couple of feet. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Fourth hole is the first par 5 on the golf course, Frank.
Very scoreable. 2 bunkers down the left, the first of which takes 330 yards to get it past that.
Definite birdie hole, maybe even a chance for Eagle to really jumpstart the round. Those are good numbers right there. 3-2-0, 320 yards, just crushed it in the fairway.
Second shot.
This is a good-looking shot. Just a phenomenal approach shot, and now a great chance for an eagle. These putts keep the round together. Oh my goodness, he just missed that. And that was almost tap-in distance. And now he has this for the birdie. Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hitting the ball in the right place there. And, yep, good thing, too. He's actually putting well.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Not a single weakness today. What a performance. That is a beauty, a real beauty. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie.
That was cruel. It looked like it was certainly going in.
Well, that's a tough break with that miss. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Has his par. That concludes the second round here at this amazing golf course. And Frank, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
I certainly am as well. The players have gotten off to a very good start, and they must have a good feel for the course right now and know what they have to do in order to win.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
A good solid stroke there. No sign of nerves on that.
Frank, deep in the round at the 15th, you need to maybe make something happen. How difficult is that with such a huge dog leg here?
Once again, make sure you know the distance to carry the bunker or run out. You got to play to your strength.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, that's how it's done. The approach shot is within 10 feet and another good look. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
Oh, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now par.
He's made it. We've seen guys through the years blow the tournament right on this hole.
Yeah, if you get a little too greedy here, you try and make eagle. It's sometimes with a good tee shot, it's an easy 4, but a 3 brings 7 into play.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. The Arnold Palmer Invitational is one of only 5 tournaments given what they call the invitational status by the PGA Tour, and consequently, it has a reduced field of only 120 players. The normal size of the tournament is 156.
And the strength of the field that they get year in, year out, it just validates Arnold Palmer's stature in the game. Well, Rich, if there's something to be taken out of this tournament, then it's that right there. Eagle. They've been hard to come by.
Maybe he can build on that. Frank, this is a great hole through the years to watch when the pressure is ratcheted up deep into a round. That is all you want at more than 220 yards.
Plays slightly shorter because it's downhill. The bunker's on the left in play. Even the bunker short ride, and of course the water, if you just miss it a bit, that's in play. And the green shapes away from you. This has to be the most difficult par 3 in the golf course.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Frank, a chance now to make an imprint here at one of the famous courses on tour at Bay Hill, the final hole. This is where Tiger has done it so many times, where Gomez holed out. What a great hole.
Well, the last hole of a great 3-hole stretch. If you've got through 16, somehow got through 17, you've still got one more hurdle.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole.
Safely on deck.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
As this putt for birdie.
We're sneaking into contention here with that birdie.
Top 15 now on the leaderboard. 3 rounds in the books. Outside the top 10 going to the final 18. Frank, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think you're going to have to approach the final round in a couple of different phases. Try and be aggressive early on. If you do get a few birdies in the bank, you really still can fancy yourself with a chance to win. It'll all depend on that start tomorrow.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
Oh, if this is up, it's good. Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
Just continuing to play some really good golf. 8 under par for the championship. Frank, I like a good par 3 over 200 yards, requiring that one good, clean strike. And here's a good case in point, 216 yards, all you want.
Yeah, bunk it at the back, bunk it to the left side, a little collection area to the right. So really, in the end, you've got one choice. That's at your best.
That is another laser right at the flagstick. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. Nice putt for birdie. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
So they'll tap in. Good roll. Solid. That's a par. Frank, the 15th, kind of a fun golf hole if you can curve your ball. I mean, that's a huge dogleg to the right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's much easier if you're a right-hander if you cut it down here. If you don't cut it, then make sure you don't run out down that left side.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
This from 7 feet.
Now, putt for par.
Getting set now over the putt. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Is this a good risk-reward par 5?
It's more about the second shot here. It's probably the most demanding second shot on the golf course.
315. In the fairway, shouldn't be more than 200 yards to the flagstick. Well, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice coming ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie.
No way! He hold it, Frank.
Great pitch up.
Frank, deep into a round, par 3 17th, water, bunkers, long shot. What are you thinking as you're stepping on this tee?
You just take 3 and move to 18.
Good-looking shot right here. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That is an excellent lag putt right there. Had the speed perfectly. A good effort and a good par putt. Frank, now one of the signature holes here at Bay Hill. It's the 18th, scene of quite a bit of history through the years.
Yeah, if you can hit a tee shot around 300 yards, it's going to give you about 150 in. So that's the goal here. The tee shot, wide fairway, but once again, second shot.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. This one has a chance to be close. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. That is some good work right there. Birdie and one shot closer to the lead. Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf. Your thoughts?
I think the course really extracted some of the golf that we saw. It forced these players to play just some great golf, and it wasn't just like a pitch and a putt golf course. So I think seeing the guys tested, seeing the players tested at this level, it was a treat.
Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. It's opening round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Back down now to hole number 6. Early in the round and playing reasonably well. Nothing great, but has certainly not given a whole lot away.
Yeah, and actually a good position to really springboard the round from here. That's an absolute beauty.
Second shot now to the 6th, Frank, to this slightly elevated green.
Which changes the optics, Rich, coming in here. You'd think you'd want to hit a nice, high, lofted shot, but because that green's pitched up, you still skip one in there a little low, if you choose to.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. And getting ready for the putt. So close. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect.
Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Now to the long par 5 7th hole, 602 yards, Frank. They call it hoodoo.
Yeah, it's nothing for a little muscle man. Bust one up the tee there. Well, actually it is. You're going to need 2 of your best if you want to reach this par 5 and 2. So, start with a good one.
Excellent looking shot here. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Has it now sitting at 2 under par for the tournament.
Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water, Frank, for only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
The distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15-foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there. Just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie.
Starting to make the move, now to -3 with yet another birdie.
So we'll round out the front side here at Banff Springs with a par 5 and reasonably short at only 501 yards.
So very reachable because of that yardage that you just referenced. Hole bends a little bit to the right. You can favor the left side with a tee shot. It's just going to make that angle on the second a little bit easier.
What a drive. Just tattooed that.
Frank, as we get set now for this second shot to the par 5 ninth, what are the options for the player?
The biggest thing to take into account, Rich, is just that the general terrain in front, because you can always use that to your advantage. I know the green pitches from left to right. You've got two choices. Just sort of aim it a little bit left, let it kick down the hill, or just try and sort of turn it back towards the flag.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Now to hole number 9, 501 yards. It's a par 5.
Yeah, we finished with the third par 5 on the front 9. You're just going to come through those sort of chute of marvelous trees that define this fairway. Just avoid the right side. Something down the left side is going to open up the second shot.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Just 5 feet left. Starting to move on this leaderboard now, Frank.
It's got a nice look to it, like a who's who.
So, one round in the books and a lot to chew on here.
There is. This is going to be a tough championship to pull away. The standard of golf, especially that first page of the leaderboard. Excellent golf.
Yeah, boy.
EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. It's second round coverage of the Alberta Classic.
Yeah, boy, and I.
Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We are back on this beautiful day here at Banff Springs in the Canadian Rockies, set to kick off all the action on the back nine. The 10th begin with a par 3, Frank, 218 yards.
And I have no idea why this is called Little Bow, because over 200 yards, you really have to bow up with this tee shot here, that's for sure. Bending there, you need something that comes out of the gate very, very straight and with a decent height on it as well, if you want to land on that left side of the green and make it stop.
Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Those keep the round going, those par putts. So off the long par 3 10th, we are at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4, Frank.
It looks like a straightaway par 4, Rich, but if anything, the hole actually bends to the left, and you really want to follow that natural contour of that. Just sort of draw it off those bunkers on the right, or just simply carry it over the ones on the left. But ideally down the left side, it avoids that pine tree that's further down. What a great shot. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Good swing, good shot yet again. This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. These putts keep the round together. Oh my gosh, that hurts. Oh man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just a couple of feet. Settles for par, but probably needs birdies. All right, on to the 12th hole, 442-yard par 4. What do you like about this hole, Frank?
Just a nice par 4 that sort of bends to the player's right. A lot of people will just stand up here, grab the driver. I don't really think you have to do that, Rich. The hole's not overly long. Just something short or down that left side. You're only going to have a short iron in for your second shot.
Officials are calling that one around 310 yards. Frank, another scoring opportunity here with this second shot at the 12th.
There certainly is. Even when they stick the flag all the way in the back, which is the hardest hole location, you can still get at it with a short club. Nice sort of rolling, gentle terrain on this green, so chances are you're going to have a putt with a little bit of break in it.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now on this for birdie.
In the shadows.
Settles in over the putt. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par.
Right. That's weird. Oh.
Par 3 13th. It's 225 yards. Frank, you happy walking out of here with a 3?
Yeah, take a 3, go to the next hole, unless it's match play.
Frank, looks like he came over just a little bit.
Yeah, that one wasn't pretty, but it's still gonna get away with it.
And it makes the green in regulation. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Headed in the right direction with that birdie.
It just sneaks into the top 10. It's a good move this week.
On to the 14th hole now. It's a par 4, 442 yards. And what's the right way to attack here, Frank?
2 choices. Try and squeeze it down the right side, just short of those big bunkers on that right. Either that or carry the bunker complex on the left. A little awkward. Oh, that's fine.
Nothing wrong with that one. How about 300 yards and in the fairway? Frank, what are we looking at on this approach shot here at the 14th?
This 14th green just built up a little bit. Got to be careful you don't miss this green on the left side. It'll just kick all the way down. A difficult little chip up the hill. But once again, the second shot's not too long.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Setting himself up for a good weekend, the Wiley golf instructor makes his birdie. Frank, looking out here on the 15th hole, this looks like a spot where you could really crank one that you could tell your buddies about.
It's another hole that suits a player that hits the ball right to left. It's no surprise to see why Rory McIlroy plays well around here. Nice, big, high towering draw. It's going to go that extra yardage because of the elevation.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. This is when the game is fun, Frank, when you get one high in the air and you have a down breeze and you just watch it stays in the air forever.
Yeah, the hang time on that.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is gone.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
How did that not go in? Well, just when you thought they might pick up one. Now, settle for a par.
Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. They'll take it. That's a par. There you have it, Frank. The second round is complete. What are your thoughts?
I think anybody looking at this
Hopefully it's not
leaderboard,
so
anybody
windy.
in the top
That's
10 of
right.
that leaderboard is certainly in a good position to win.
Quite a bit
Quality of
harder.
the golf there, and that first 10 is excellent.
Especially with no shot prediction line.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Oh, look out. This one is deep.
You just wave goodbye to the green as it goes over.
Well, no other way to say it, Frank. That's just an awful shot.
Bad.
Good strike right there, right off the center of the face and about 20 feet away.
Same snack, though.
Oh, yeah, he's going to love that one, Frank. Sensational effort.
No, just eat that up.
Frank, it's always nice to begin a round with a little variety. We had a relatively short par 4 opening hole and now a par 3 to back it up.
You can see why short iron play is going to be paramount today, Rich. Short iron into the first hole and a chance here to hit another short iron into a short par 3. So you can get off to a very fast start.
Birdie try up next. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. Nice putt for birdie. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Nothing wrong with that par putt. So par 4 to open, then a par 3, and now Frank here at the third, a par 5 at 528 yards.
And you get to see everything very early on in the round. Dogleg left first hole, par 3 second, and now a long dogleg right, par 5. With a good tee shot, though, you can definitely reach this hole in 2.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours. Oh, and it gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut.
Not too
That's
bad.
not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. These putts keep the round together.
All things pointed to a good week. birdie there. Very important right now.
Playing some good golf. Frank, when you play Banff, you get some of these wow moments where you stand on the tee and you say, ooh, look at this.
This is one, yeah, this is one of them, Rich. Yeah, the elevation change from tee to green is quite dramatic. Consequently, you're going to have to club down a little, at least 2 clubs shorter than what that yardage says on the card. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Frank, what's the best way to get at the golf ball when it's sitting down just a bit in the rough?
You have to accept the fact, first and foremost, that you're not going to get clean contacts. You have to decide whether the ball's going to come out short or it's going to fly. Because very rarely will it come out the normal distance of what you hit on the fairway. So if it's a little thin and wispy, chances are it might fly. If it's nestled down, you're going to have to take at least another club.
Oh, you can see the frustration. Almost kicked his putter head right there with a drop shot here at the 4th.
Not ideal.
Good roll. Frank, it's always fun to play a par 3 just like this one.
Yeah, the ball's going to go further. Obviously, you get to tee it up. Should be able to carry that water. That's really the only problem for the player in front. But once again, another good chance for a birdie.
192-yard par 3 4th.
Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Well, after that birdie, has to be feeling as though they're not out of it just yet.
They're not far away from the first page of the leaderboard. A couple more birdies.
So through 3 rounds, just outside the top 10, what kind of a chance do you give a player who is sitting outside the first 10?
Yeah, it's slim. I certainly would not say none, though, Rich. You know, we've countless times over the years seen someone post an early one in and watch the leaders crumble at the end. Good opportunity tomorrow. Put a good round on the board and then just sit back and wait. And then remember, there's also the chance of a playoff.
This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Golf Channel on NBC and EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live final round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Just a little offline, so now, Frank, he's going to have to deal with a rough.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how strong he is. Safely on the dance floor.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Frank, this par 4 14th hole at about 440 yards will test you all the way up to that green, won't it?
Yeah, it certainly will. It just looks like you should bash it over those bunkers down the left side, but the green pitches from left to right. So the best access is actually down the right side, coming in from that sort of right line. So don't be fooled here.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Just a couple of feet. That birdie will help, Frank.
Certainly moving into the top half, that's for sure. And starting to narrow that number down in front.
And Frank, ahead on the green, you could have a really crazy putt if you're not careful.
This is probably the most undulating green on the golf course, so you do not want to be going in with too flat a second shot.
Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
Frank, you always talk about it. Don't compound the mistakes. Well, here we are, another shot from the rough.
And this one no easier than the one.
And with that par, moving into the top 25 on the leaderboard.
Frank, the 16th hole, 414 yards, par 4, is nicknamed GOAT. Would that be greatest of all time, or is it just because the possibility you could see old Billy out there here in the Canadian Rockies?
I'd like to think it's the greatest of all time. I've never seen a GOAT hit a draw, that's why, and that's what's needed off this tee once again. The first bunkie should easily be able to carry that, and, well, if you're the greatest of all time, this is a fairway, you'll certainly hit. Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, 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 rough.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. And with that birdie, moving into the top 20 on the leaderboard.
Now to the 17th, 374 yards, and Frank, players might be licking their chops here.
They certainly would, Rich. Bunkers left and right, but they can be carried with an aggressive tee shot. And it'll set up just a short iron into a green that pitches towards you. So maybe just a little bit underneath the flag with a second shot. Really a chance to have a fast finish.
Just a perfect drive here at 17. This has left him a good look at this hole.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach giving him another good look.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Starting to move now, Frank, on this leaderboard.
Certainly going all in the positive direction. He's in the middle of the pack, now top 15.
Well, Frank, this sets up for an exciting finish here at Banff Springs, a 578-yard par 5.
There's just about a bunker in play for every length of tee shot here, so know exactly which one you can carry and exactly which one you cannot reach.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole.
Second from an excellent lie.
That approach shot is well to the left, but still, he's on the putting surface.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Well, that's not the way you wanted to start out the backside here.
Yeah, you can't afford from inside 10 feet. You feel like you have to make those, and I mean, they really sting when they miss.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Frank, we did see some good golf out there today, but others really struggled.
Yeah, any competitive player wants to win. We don't doubt that, but we know you're not going to win them all. So it's still important for every golfer to continue to gain experience, to actually get something out of each and every tournament they play in.